of people who use power. Well, have you paid your
I always pay my bills.
you've not-
What's my name again?
Oh wow! All right then. I see that attitude, man. But really, that would mean that there are a lot of people out there who don't pay. Oh God, help my vocabularies, please.
It's all good. Just
There are a lot of people out there who don't pay for their bills or who don't pay their bills, and that is why Rivers State, Akwa Ibom, all the states you listed are owing PHEDC, right?
and a lot of those persons, in their defense, would say that apparently they don't receive enough power supply,
So why should they pay?
and they get overbilled for the little power that they receive. So apparently paying is like a dirge to them.
That comes up with the very conversation of estimated billings, right? And when people talk about estimated billings, they cry, they lament because they say that sometimes they just look at their house and say, okay, this guy get money, give him 30,000 naira. And PHEDC have said that's a lie. And I mean, the back and the forth continues. And most recently, we saw a collapse in the national grid. And, we saw the explanation of how they were incapable of transmitting power because of certain faulty instruments in their line of duty. But ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to tell you, as in Wealth and I, on today's hustle, that the same people...
Drum rolls.
Okay, I don't have drum rolls right now. I would have done that or used that. But the same people who tell you that they cannot supply you 24 hours light or power due to their faulty instruments that they use in the line of their duty is the same instrument that they are using to give Niger Republic, Togo, Benin power supply, and some other countries I might not know of. This is the one that is captured on the Punch newspaper. It is really, and for those of you who say we don't export things, I mean, this is clarity for you.
All right. So I think we should say it this way. The same Nigeria that doesn't have 24 hours. 24 is too much. Am I not being too pushy? 18 hours
When was
of
the last time?
steady supply.
When was the last time you had power supply in your house?
What was the last time? Yesterday.
What time? What time yesterday?
It was a bit shaky, so I didn't really use it. Like, I mean,
So that means-
it was bound to go anytime soon.
So that means you don't have steady power supply in your house.
I wonder who does. But back to my speech. The same country, the same Nigeria that you live, that I live, that cannot provide us.
I live in
with
Canada, by the way.
Okay, yes, good for you. And then you work in Nigeria by day.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really proud of you. I'd love to be like you when I grow up.
All right.
The same country that cannot supply us 24 hours light, power supply, supplies, or is the source of power to certain countries, such as Ghana, Niger, Togo.
No, Ghana is not here, but I suspect Ghana. But what we have is Togo, Niger, and Benin Republic.
And Benin Republic. And it doesn't just end there. These countries...
It's rumored. I know where you're going to, but it's rumored because I've never been there before. But it's rumored that they have constant power supply.
No, I'm not even going to their constant power supply. That's not what is pinning me.
Okay, what's
it's not pinning me as much as the fact that I also saw in that report that they are owing us. That's where the annoyance is.
30 billion naira, yeah?
30 billion naira. And then...
Let me pause you there for a bit. Now, this is the same country that does not have steady power supply, and we are somewhat supplying power to another country. Is that not hypocrisy in it? I mean, looking at it, is that not hypocrisy? Then secondly, I mean, do you think now that we have come to know that we are being owed 30 billion naira by some other West African countries, that the National Assembly was right to bring about the bill to ban generators or generating sets because they have belief in the ability of the power companies that are in Nigeria?
Ever heard of this adage, robbing Peter to pay Paul?
I've never
You
heard of
rob
it.
Peter to pay Paul.
I'm just getting to hear of it for the
Good
first
for
time.
you. Now that's what's happening. Now they rob us.
All right.
Because apparently if we can be a source of power, right?
For three
Generating
for
power.
3 different countries, by the way,
For 3 and even more.
that we might not know about.
Yes. So you would now ask yourself, what is the holdback? Exactly. It's not like money is the problem, because apparently they are probing since 2001 till date all the money is put into the power sector. So
16 billion,
money
16
may
billion
actually
naira.
not even be the problem. So what exactly is the problem with our past situation?
And to think of the fact that we do have gas being flared on the daily, one would say that we have all it takes to have steady power supply in Nigeria.
I mean, we barely go a week.
We shouldn't
There
even-
is no Wednesday that we
Yeah.
don't talk about the NMPC coming out to talk about how much gas flaring, how much they lose to gas flaring and all of that. And then you ask yourself, is this the same Nigeria that's, goes to the UN, conferences and talk about depleting the ozone layer, degrading the environment?
And the president giving a speech on how he was going to employ youths to plant trees and give us a wonderful climate to help and enhance the climate situation.
Year after year,
All right,
we
then.
flare gas.
All right.
We're not even trying to see how we can translate that into an alternative, power and all of that. I mean, it's not like we don't know that this can be alternative power. But we probably have that, lackadaisical or that negligent.
I mean, gas turbines were built in Rivers State as far back as 1990s. No, okay, let me not go back that far. During Ozzy's tenure, within the 2001, 2002 timeline, we had gas turbines. So that's to tell you that this government or these politicians know that they can actually enhance gas and use it for power. But that's not our focus,
So the problem is not even ignorance.
Yeah.
That's overrude.
But our focus is that they're giving 3 other countries. Maybe if we combine all the powers, all the power, before I say power, it sounded like Superman there. But if we combine all the power that we give to these 3 countries and invest it in Nigeria, my gosh. I mean, I don't even think we should be even paying for power supply because of, I'm not saying we shouldn't pay, but I'm saying I don't think we should be paying, given that we are so blessed. We are so blessed with all of the essentials for creating power and utilizing power in Nigeria. But if we can give 3 countries, my emphasis, 3 countries and even more power, why can't we have steady power in Nigeria? In Rivers State, in Bayelsa State, in Akwa Ibom State, and every other state in Nigeria. That is where the conversation is going. But before I give me a second there. Before I open the phone lines, I would like us to read what is on the Punch newspaper. And it says Togo, Niger, Benin, all Nigeria, 30 billion naira for electricity. Now, I think I'm getting my vocabularies back. Yeah, I feel me, yeah? All right, now, the republics of Togo, Niger, and Benin, all Nigeria, a total of 29.97 billion naira for the electricity supply to them from January to September last year, according to the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Now, Nigeria, through its electricity transmission company, supplies power to these countries, which are classified as international customers in the Nigeria power sector. Sorry, I'm laughing. How can we have international customers when we have not been able to please our local customers? But hey,
it's not even a problem that we have international
it's a
customers or
problem.
whatever, or consumers, whatever they want to call them.
Problem.
Where the problem is, I mean, out of their,
Sorry, I'm laughing.
out of the depth of their heart,
Yeah.
right? They cannot say, okay, since we cannot give our own country lights, let these people not owe us.
Well,
Right?
that's where your pain
That's
is.
where the pain is. I mean, it's quite disheartening, that you would think that you would, not
But what can they
structures
do?
in place to make sure that at least
What can they do? I mean, talking about the debt that they're being owed, what can they do? Think about it. Sometimes you go into business not knowing that these people will owe you. think about it as well.
But that oh God.
Okay, calm down. It's I know 30 billion naira can actually add to our revenue, to help sponsor the budget since we are, suffering from deficits due to the coronavirus pandemic. I get where you're coming from, but then again, reading further, Niger's power firm Societe Nigerienne the electricity. I don't speak French, forgive me. Failed to pay a total invoice of 3.01 billion naira it received in the first quarter of 2019. 3.69 billion naira in quarter two, and 4.1 billion naira in quarter three. Oh, wow. Now, the electric company for Benin Republic, a power firm owned by Togo and Benin. This guy's just, I mean, Benin and Togo are importing power. And then they own a company that gives power to. Okay. Okay, let's just leave that one. Now, did not pay 9.74 billion naira for the power supply to it in quarter one, 7.16 billion naira in quarter two, and 2.27 billion naira in quarter three. Now, NEC said in its latest quarterly report released on Friday that the international customers made no payment for the total outstanding debt in quarter three. Now, the Nigerian government has continued to engage the governments of neighboring countries benefiting from the export supply to ensure timely payments for the electricity purchased from Nigeria. It said, now the regulator said the financial viability and commercial performance of the Nigerian electricity supply industry continue to be a major challenge. Now, according to the report, a total invoice of 179.66 billion naira was issued to the power distribution companies for energy received from the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC and for service charged by the market operator in quarter three, but only a sum of 58.81 billion naira was settled. Now, the government-owned NBET buys electricity in bulk from generation companies through power purchase agreements and sells through vesting contracts to the discos, which then supplies it to the consumers, while the MO is an arm of the Transmission Company of Nigeria. Now, NEC said although the discos fully met the minimum remittance for MO, the average aggregate remittance performance to NBET was 32.7%, with performance level ranging from 19.43% JOS to 50.03% ECHO. Now, this is slightly lower than the minimum remittance threshold prescribed in the orders on minimum remittance issued to all discos in July 2019, with Enugu and Ikeja failing to meet their remittance obligation during this period. In summary, what it is trying to say that even internally we are owing, these transmission companies blah blah blah, but our focus is not on the internal. We talked about that maybe tomorrow or something, but we're looking at how we can still be giving power to neighboring countries when we don't have power ourselves, and that is like an irony in itself. And I'm wondering, well, we're gonna hear from you right now. We're gonna hear from you. We're gonna open the lines. It's Wealth and Calada. I hear Bolu has been promoted. I hear Bolu has been promoted.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So it's Wealth and Canada, and today's also from now on. And we're going to be opening the phone lines right about now. And our question is simple, very simple. What do you make of power supply from Nigeria to other countries when we are still yet to steady power supply in Nigeria?
Still in darkness. Can we leave it at that? 0817
Why are you making it so blunt rather?
Wow, it's as blunt as it should be. 0810 9510
Wealth is angry.
No, I'm pained.
What's the difference between pained and
that's
angry?
why I did not want to refute what you said. I just added one more. I'm pained.
Because my vocabulary is failing me, you want to just show your vocabulary right on the show.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, now that you remind me, I'm going to try and see what I can do about that.
Oh my gosh. All right. The text message portal or WhatsApp message portal where you can send your messages to is 0701 9339962. It was on the line, 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Stanley calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Right. Go on, Stanley.
Nigerians supplying power supply to most of these small African countries when we don't have one. It's not surprising to me. and we are being regarded as a giant of Africa. So that means you are the senior brother to this country. So
But how can you be a senior brother when you've not been able to take care of yourself? That's the question.
When the need arises, when your younger ones need something, maybe you're in possession of it. I think you should be able to satisfy them first. Understand? So that is what is playing out here. Maybe, and again, maybe they consider that Nigerians as individuals now, maybe we have enough money to buy generator sets for ourselves. Maybe most of these other countries, they don't have such individuals, so they're trying to kind of help out. So that is what I think is playing here. Maybe they have done well. Let them keep on.
All right, they have done well. All right,
well.
they are doing well. Okay, 95.1 FM.
Hello, 95.1.
Yeah, 95.1 it is. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Lee. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Leon, welcome.
It's very unfortunate. Suffering, yes, we don't have enough power supply. Yes, we are providing other countries power supply. It's very unfortunate.
All right.
Very, very unfortunate.
So you don't see these as like the last caller said, we are the big brothers. We're maintaining our status as the big brothers.
Yes.